Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I am your host, Davion. Today we are joined by Matt
What up?
and Oronde.
What's good?
We are back with our Let's Talk NFL series, talking about the Seattle Seahawks, talking through this team, what they did in the draft, what they did in off-season, free agency and all that stuff. So, starting off, like, how would you grade on a scale of 1 to 10? How would you grade Seattle Seahawks off season so far?
Their offseason, in my opinion, while random's not the right word, unconventional in my eyes, the moves that they've made, I would probably still give their offseason a solid like 7.5 to 8. It's
Yeah.
not that they made bad moves, I was just not prepared for the moves that they made.
hmm Yeah, I would say around there, Oronde.
Yeah.
Um, I think what they've done is honestly really interesting because they went from, Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, JSN, and now you have Sam Darnold, Cooper Kupp, JSN, and Valdez Scantling as your receiving core. Um, a whole overhaul on the offense this year, which is going to
And
be
they
really
hired Clint
interesting to
Kubiak
watch.
as OC.
Exactly.
I know that guy
So
a little bit.
I think it's going to be a really interesting offense this year. O-line is still a little questionable. I think PFF ranked them 28th last year. So not the best, but they went out and drafted Gray Zabel. Um, to hopefully give him more protection, give Darnold some time. Charles Cross was really good last year, but their interior was kind of weak. So hopefully those two guys alone can push this offensive line to be better. Defense, honestly, I love what they've done. They are just going young.
It's
It
coming.
seems
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
young secondary, veteran D line. They pick up DeMarcus Lawrence. A lot of people forget about that one. That
Mhm.
happened early on in the season. Um, Picking up the safety from South Carolina, who I think is going to be insane.
Dog.
Almost a dog.
Dog.
Going to be another Cam Chancellor
Yeah.
for him. Um, Picking up Jalen Milroe too, to back up Sam Darnold, I think could be sneaky good if Milroe, you know, hopefully progresses
Performs.
and
Yeah.
performs well enough. Um, Also, they used the Metcalf, or no, the Geno pick for Milroe too, which I think is really interesting. So, um, honestly, pretty solid from the Seahawks so far this offseason.
I was going through their list of transactions just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Well, I'm sad to see Tyler Lockett not in a Seahawks jersey. Um, Obviously they picked up Cooper, they picked up Valdez Scantling. Mentioned that their O line's still not rated as highly. I think one place I went, they have the Seahawks ranked 28th as O line,
Yep.
but they draft a lineman out of North Dakota State. Any team, any lineman, any big guy that comes out of North Dakota State is going to perform. They went and got, who was it? John Benton as an offensive line coach. He's done pretty
Yep.
well in other places, so I'm prepared to see some improvement. I don't think they're going to be as horrible. I don't think it'll be a huge jump.
What did they have last season?
They had 10 wins. They were 10-7.
Yeah, they went 10
So
and
they were
7
they were good.
despite all the glaring issues.
Yeah, I
hmm
mean, I think you have to look at that a couple of different things. I mean, you had a pretty bad Niners team for one, but also I would say this: like, you look at this team, like, um, they went out and drafted a lot of weapons on offense that they can go plug and play and figure out if it works or not. They went and
hmm
drafted two tight ends. They went and drafted two or three receivers, or two running backs. Like, they went out and got a lot of different weapons to put around Sam Darnold to plug and play to see what works in this offseason, which I think is very productive. And I think a lot of those receivers did really well in the colleges that they were at. And then I also say Jalen Milroe, like, that's the biggest question right now. Is like, what do you do there? Like, if you just paid Darnold 55 guaranteed, 37 his first year. So, I mean, you're not really on a very big contract for Sam Darnold. If you don't like him, week five, week six, week seven, he's struggling, do you throw Joey Milroe out there, give him a chance and see what happens?
And have Drew Lock clean up his mess.
Oh, God.
Nah, I
No,
think
no,
I
Drew Lock
think
is a mess.
I think Milroe will sit as long as they need him to right now. I think he's just a very raw prospect, in my opinion. He was okay at Alabama. He has great rushing ability. Maybe they can use him as a Taysom Hill for God's sakes if they wanted to this year, but I doubt it. But I could definitely see like some type of running plays just for him.
Yeah, hope so.
I mean, Darnold came off a 35 and 12 season, touchdowns and interceptions with 4,000 passing yards. He had a great year.
I agree.
Like, I'll give it to him. He had a great year with Minnesota. Obviously, he had the best receiver in the league, one of the best, in Justin Jefferson. But you still have JSN and Cooper Kupp, who is still very good at his age, Triple
The
Crown
great
winner.
veteran leader.
Yeah.
hmm Um, from Washington, went to college there. So it could be almost as good or not better for them next year. So I'm really high on Seattle this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here. I'm right there with you, man. I think that division is so like it's again another one that's like very obtainable for anybody involved.
hmm
So when I look at this team, when I look at this division, like they could go back and they can go win this division with not with ease, but it's gonna take a fight. But going to picking up some of the like Clint Kubiak, who's a very good offensive mind, just didn't have it in New Orleans if we're being real. But he could probably turn that around in Seattle. I mean Mike McDaniel's or McDonald.
McDonald,
Mike
yes.
McDonald.
McDonald, second year head coach coming in there, he understands the ropes of what he needs to do to do his job now. And so I'm excited, man. This team's going to be good this year. So it's definitely a team to like, to reckon with. And we mentioned a little bit that defense is becoming Legion of Boom status. Like it's
Yeah, their
becoming
secondary is so
a
good.
defense that no one wants to play.
Exploding.
And so,
hmm
like, I'm excited to watch this team play. I mean, they're gonna win a bunch of games, and a lot of people need to start noticing that right now. And if they don't, then they're gonna be sneaky good. They're gonna creep into the playoffs, 10, 11 wins. And not creep because they're gonna be bad, but creep because no one's going to be giving them the attention that they deserve. So, I mean, they start the season off though. Y'all want to talk about the schedule a little bit?
Of
Yeah,
course.
let's do
So
it.
they start the season with the 49ers week one. I think, to open your season with some divisional games is ludicrous. And I think that's a problem from the NFL, but who knows? And so week one, at home against the Niners, I think this is a statement win. I think you come out there and punch them in the mouth. Simple as that.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I
I
think it's
like
a
that.
win. Week two, Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. They're probably their first home game of the season. Won't be easy. I think they steal another one there.
Depending who Steelers quarterback is, we'll
It's
see. But I still give Seahawks the edge.
I agree. Week three, my New Orleans Saints. I'm gonna say
That's a
long.
win.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's a win for
can
Seattle. Yeah.
next,
Arizona at. I
that can go either way
think it'll
for
be a
sure.
split. I think it'll be a split. I think they'll split this year. Arizona,
hmm
they'll play at Arizona week four. So I mean,
Yep.
right now we're
Okay.
sitting at 3-1, which isn't an awful stick at all. Then you
Three
go,
and one.
yep. Then you go to Tampa Bay. I think that's a good game. That's a great game. I think
That's gonna be a fun game.
Is that
It's gonna
in
be really good.
Seattle or
it's
Tampa,
in
you
it's
said?
in Seattle.
Ooh.
I don't know.
You know, that's tough because I've been to that stadium before to watch a couple games. That stadium is crazy loud.
Yeah.
I'll just say that in general. That they mean it. Their fans are crazy. Um, damn. Tampa, I would say Tampa. I would lean Tampa because
I'm gonna
I
agree
think
here.
I think I don't know. Tampa's a weird team where it feels like everyone's trying to sweep them under the rug, and they just still end up being good no matter what
Yep.
because of their offense. I mean, Baker's been great. Mike Evans, Hall of Famer already. I mean, he's gonna be the focal point of their offense. Um, Seattle again. There's a lot of moving pieces, so who knows if they start, coming out hot out the gate or if it takes some time, but yeah, I would lean Tampa Bay on this one, so I'm giving them 3-2 right now.
I'm looking at their what is this? Week seven game against the Texans. It looks like it's a 10 o'clock kickoff. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
that's correct.
What? I mean, I guess so, NFL.
Where are they playing?
Obviously in Seattle if they're gonna be kicking off at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's in Seattle.
Really?
It's a home game. Monday night. it's a Monday doubleheader.
the doubleheader, but still, that's like
At 10 a.m.?
no 10
Oh, 10
p.m.
PM,
o'clock.
PM,
Oh,
PM, PM,
p.m. I was
PM.
like, no way. Yeah, that makes sense. 7 o'clock here. Hmm.
Yeah, that's where is it?
That's not great for the East Coast. That's
Nah,
They don't care about us.
3 hour game. We're
they
up.
don't.
That's
They
up.
don't.
So
Yeah, it's a doubleheader. So it's Houston at Seattle for the second part. The first part of that doubleheader is Tampa Bay in Detroit at 7 p.m.
my God,
Okay,
and
cool.
Tampa Bay must have
on ABC.
plenty of primetime games. Plenty.
Plenty.
But looking at it again, so I missed the Jags. I think that's a win.
So
In
4 wins total.
it's a win in
Okay.
Jacksonville. I think they beat the Texans at home on Monday Night Football.
So 5 wins. We're giving them
Yeah,
5-2.
Five and two going into their bye week.
yeah. And then
Okay.
the Commanders lost. Simple as that.
Okay.
Actually,
Five and
might
three.
be a
No,
statement.
no, no.
This might
Commanders
be a
are
statement game after
no,
your bye
no,
week.
no,
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 no.
no.
Commanders are too strong right now.
I'll take some smoke.
Sunday night game.
I'll
Give
take
me the
I'll,
Commanders.
I'll
Give
take
me
some
Jaden
smoke here.
Daniels and the
There. Yeah,
Commanders.
write it down,
Write
Davion.
that down. You want to put 10 on it?
Hold on, let me contemplate. I haven't.
Start writing down these records and predictions. So you have in week
No.
9.
Oh, I didn't write it down. I'm not confirming this.
I'm
I'm
saying we
thinking
need to
about it. Let
confirm
me
the
let me
total
think.
wins.
Let me think about this. I mean, Commanders. I mean, listen, Seattle coming off a bye. Oh, it's in.
Mm-hmm. It's in
Mm,
Washington.
yeah,
That's
right,
in Washington.
Monday night,
right.
Sunday night football.
Sunday night football.
Off your bye week.
No way.
Who does the Commanders have week 8? Let's look. Let me look real quick. Commanders week 8. The
Mm-mm.
Chiefs. Ooh,
No, no way.
they have the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
We're not doing this. Okay, we're gonna say the Commanders for this one.
Yeah, so I guess majority rules for Georgia rules. Then they play the Cardinals week 10.
Toss up. I'll
We're
I'll
going
say
split. We can
yeah.
split.
We'll split division games. How about
Yeah,
that?
we'll
Because we
split
can't.
division
That's
games.
just impossible.
Then the Rams, we'll split it. It's in it's in LA for the first one.
Okay, so we're at like
Um
8 wins,
yeah, then the Titans smoke them.
9.
Smoke them. Vikings,
Ooh,
Mm.
JJ McCarthy, Jay
McCarthy
Jetta,
versus the man he replaced.
mm,
storyline right there.
Storyline.
I think the man I
Storyline.
think McCarthy's
That's
gonna
a midday game too. That's
I
four
think
o'clock.
McCarthy's gonna struggle with the defense. Actually, he should be able to read defenses by then. It's be
He
no.
also has Justin Jefferson. He has a
It'll be
cheat
late
code.
November
He
by then.
does have, yeah. Okay, so are we? Let's lean loss there.
Yeah, we can.
It seems like we're leading loss, but still they're at like 8 wins.
Yeah. Okay. Atlanta. I think that's. Listen, I'm high on Atlanta
It's a
this year,
tough
y'all.
one too. That's a
I'm
tough
high
one
on.
too.
I'm high on Atlanta.
You're high in Atlanta. We
Where
keep
we at?
saying
9 or 8 wins right now?
I think it's around 8 or 9.
8 or 9. I
Hmm.
mean, okay, but okay. Let me say last five. So Atlanta Colts. I think that's a win. The Rams the
Okay, that's
second
guaranteed.
time. The Panthers and then the Niners to finish it off. I'm thinking you're gonna get at least two of that five. So you're gonna
So
finish with
about
10,
10
11 wins.
wins, 10, 11 wins again. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it.
So I don't think it's bad. It's like I think that's good. I think 10, 11 wins for Seattle. Not a bad kick, man. Not a bad. Maybe we should like write these down actually. Um,
That's what I'm saying. We need to go one by one and just so let's okay, so of course they split all the division games, so that's 3
three.
wins, 3 losses
Is
right there. And then like out of those other teams, we said they lose to Tampa Bay. What other team?
Tampa.
They lose to Tampa. They lose to the Commanders, in my opinion.
Yep, so that's 5 right
They
there.
lose to. I think Davion want them to lose to Atlanta as well.
So
I don't
6,
want them. And then Minnesota. Who's saying? What were we saying about
seven,
Minnesota?
7 losses. So 10-7
10
again.
and 7
10
again.
and
I'll give
7,
10 and 7 again.
Okay,
which
sure.
could be the difference between leading the division
Or
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 third
not.
place.
I
Yeah.
think 10 and 7. I think 10
Because
and
they
7
got
wins.
second last year because they lost a tiebreaker to the Rams.
I think 10 and 7 wins this division.
Okay.
Well, of course it did last year.
All right, smart Alec.
It's true though.
Um, But any final thoughts y'all have on this team, on the Seattle
Uh
football team?
they get brownie points from me because they drafted Riley Mills out of Notre Dame, and they also have Cooper Cup. Big fan of Cooper Cup.
Yeah,
So brownie points.
we love Cooper Cup.
I have no big predictions other than the fact that the current over under is 10.5. So we're right on the money right there.
I'm
Okay.
smashing 9.5. I'll take that one. I'll
Okay.
smash that over, but I'm not taking 10.5.
Um, I'll just say this. I think Damian Martinez out of Miami, who was violently underrated and
Mhm.
went so far in the draft, I think my bold prediction is he takes that backfield by
Oh,
the end of the season.
correction here. I misread.
Won't be hard.
Over under is 8.5 for
Actually,
Seattle.
because what's his name? Kenneth Walker's there?
So Kenneth Walker's there. He's always injury prone, but
Yeah,
he's really dynamic.
yeah.
You
The
have Zach Charbonneau, who's more of a power back, run heavy guy. Still very good though. And then you have Martinez,
and you have a
who,
fourth one named Kenny McIntosh. Year
yeah, but
two.
he was more of a special teams guy from what I remember seeing him.
Hey guys, Jake Bobo breakout year coming out.
Okay, no. About him.
Jake Bobo.
Jake Bobo.
Bobo.
Jake Bobo. All right, that's perfect to finish on this podcast. All right,
Eight and a half
Matt,
wins. The over under. We're taking
We'll
the
take
over
the
there.
over. We'll take the
smashing the
over.
over. Smash the over on that.
Smashing the over. Okay.
Smash.
Plus 115 for that.
I'm on that one. I'm
Interesting.
on that one today. All right. Well, appreciate y'all for listening. If you made it this far, Seattle fans, let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Matt, Oronde, appreciate y'all for joining. I've been your host, Davion. This has been the post game. Peace.